So today I'm going to be talking about a seat cushion that I put on my 2024 Road Glide. The stock seat just isn't doing it for me, and I'm sure a lot of guys are the same way. It's really just not comfortable. It's hard. I know there's a good Saddleman seat out. Mustang has seats. There are a lot of seat companies. I've tried Mustang seats in the past, but they've just been too hard for me. And I don't have a lot of extra cushion on the backside there, so I got to find a good seat. I used to use an Ultra seat, which is still my favorite seat, and I have one laying over there in the side of the garage. Hopefully maybe one day I can find someone to maybe see if we can transfer the padding over to this new seat. But this is the cushion I bought right here. It's $40, and I will leave the link in the description. It says it's a gel seat, but I don't really feel any gel. At any rate, it's really a good seat. You can see that it's a lot of cushion. And I just rode from Georgia up to Indiana last weekend, and 760 miles one way, and it did a great job. It really helped me be able to extend my time between stops. I was able to go just basically gas tank to gas tank without having to stop because my butt hurt. On the stock seat, my back and my butt get pretty sore. Now at the end of the ride each way, I think the first ride there from here to Indiana took me 13 hours, which had a couple of detours due to traffic accidents, which the Harley Davidson GPS took me around those accidents. Only added just a little bit of time, which was perfect for me. I wasn't really in a big rush anyway. 13 hours to get there, 760 miles, and of course that includes gas stops and lunch. But on the way back, it took 15 hours because I stopped at a few Harley Davidson dealerships and just took my time getting back. But anyway, that seat cushion really held up. I will say that at the end of that 15 hours, probably the last 2 or 3 hours, I was really getting a little bit saddle sore and was ready to be off the bike. But I think that would happen with any seat. But I think for 40 bucks, that seat right there, that cushion, would do great for you if you're looking for something kind of interim until you figure out what you're going to put on. And it's got 2 straps obviously that go around it and strap underneath and hold it to the bike. So it really does a good job. It's pretty low profile. It's not as ugly as some of the seat cushions I've seen. But anyway, that's a short, quick review about that seat cover or seat cushion. Another thing I want to talk about today was, as you can see, the mufflers are off the bike. It looks kind of naked without the bags and the mufflers, but I'm painting the mufflers. I bought some Reinhardt DBX40s, and they were scratched. I got them off Facebook, and they were scratched, which I knew they were scratched when I was going to buy them. I got them less than half price of what new ones are, so I was fine with that. So I went and bought some paint. Let me get the paint out of here, and I'll show you what I bought. I actually bought a different kind of paint first, and I'm not even sure if I still have the other paint. I do have I used high heat primer. I used high heat paint and high heat primer, and it was Rust-Oleum automotive primer, and you can see that right here. I'll put this I'll link to this in the description. Also, it's a dark gray high heat primer up to 2,000 degrees. So that's what I got for the primer, and I also got some flat black Rust-Oleum high heat paint that was for up to 2,000 degrees as well. Same exact stuff, but it was flat black. I painted the mufflers. If I can get this out of my mouth, I painted the mufflers. They were a little bit less black than what I wanted. They were kind of like a dark gray almost, and I don't know if maybe I didn't coat them enough, but it was more like, I feel like that paint was more for charcoal grills and stuff. It was 2,000 degrees rated, so I thought I'd go with the higher, that higher heat stuff, but it just wasn't right for me. So once I got back from my trip to Indiana, I decided I was going to redo them. So I scuffed them up again, and then I put this paint on them, and this is a Rust-Oleum high heat paint as well. It's engine enamel. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's up to 600 degrees ceramic coating. And I don't know how hot mufflers get on the bike, the muffler part. I'm sure head pipes would be totally different. Head pipes would be really super hot, but this is just going on the mufflers, not the head pipes. So I thought I'd go ahead and put that on, and I will do another video, 1,000 miles or so, to see how they do, if they crack, if they burn off or whatever. Hope not. But this, I've got them out here in the sun. I painted them yesterday, and you see the color looks really good. It looks nice and black, and you know, it actually looks a lot like the original color of the Reinhardt pipes. So I painted those yesterday. I hung them up in my garage and painted them, and they're just sitting out here, for a little extra cure time while I'm mowing the yard and doing some other things around the house. Then I'll put the bike back together and I'll start it up. On the other paint that I used, the Rust-Oleum 2000 degree paint, I had to cure it. And basically, if you have them off the vehicle, it says you can bake them at so many temperatures, so many degrees for so long. I don't have an oven that I could put that in, so I wasn't going to do it in the house. So I put it on the bike. It said if it's on the vehicle, you can idle the vehicle for so many minutes, get the temperature up, shut it off for so many minutes, idle it again, shut it off, and you should be cured. Anyway, that's what I did, and they seem to be fine. Like I said, I rode 760 miles one way, rode around. My total mileage for a trip last week was about 2,100 miles. A lot of that was interstate driving, 80 plus, and the paint was fine. Didn't chip, didn't peel, didn't bubble. I just didn't like the color. So hoping this doesn't chip and peel and bubble when I start it up, but it says to let it cure for 7 days. It's been 24 hours. It didn't say you have to, but it says full cure in 7 days. I'm not a patient person, so I'm gonna try my luck, and I'm gonna put them back on this afternoon after they sit in the sun. They've been in the garage overnight drying and curing, so we'll see what happens. They're cured to the touch after an hour, cured to handle after 24 hours, and cured completely after 7 days. So we're gonna find out. But anyway, I'll let you know how they look. I'll put them on. I'll do a startup. We'll watch it run for a second. We'll see how it does, and then I'll take it for a ride and let you know. And then I'm gonna do a follow-up video, probably in 1,000 miles, just to see how they're holding up. All right, so I got the bike up on jack, and I'm getting ready to put the pipes back on. I put it on the jack just so I can get underneath it with my impact wrench to tighten down those muffler clamps. I know obviously impact wrench is probably a little bit extreme, but hey, I'm lazy. Anyway, I'm gonna put those pipes on, see how they look, and I'll show you the result here in just a second. Okay, so I got the pipes back on, and you can see maybe this side's a little dark, but they are not quite a good match for the side shields. And like I said, they're almost like the original Reinhardt color. You can see they're a little bit off from what the heat shields are, and I may actually paint the heat shields to match. I'm not sure. Depends on how this paint holds up. I'm getting ready to start it up and see what happens here. So we're going to find out together, see if it smokes any. If it catches on fire, hopefully I can get her out of the garage. That run for a little while, try to bake on that paint, and I will come back and take a look and see if it's smoking. We'll let you know what's going on. But like I said, that particular paint did not have instructions on curing other than just letting it dry for 7 days. So I'm going to try to cook it on a little bit, running the bike for a while, and then go from there. So I'll let you know how that works out. I ran it for a good 20 minutes or so. I can smell the paint, getting hot, but so far no bubbling, no weird looks, like it's burning off. But again, 20 minutes, not very long. I'm going to take it out for a ride, get it good and hot, see what happens. I'll just let you know. I'll report back what it looks like. But so far, I mean, it's normal. I'm not happy with it because I did not get the smoothness that I wanted. I should have sanded more. My sandpaper lines are in the paint from the, I must not have, well, obviously I didn't sand them smooth enough, so I'm going to have to go back over them again. But just to let you know, it looks like this Rust-Oleum engine enamel is going to be pretty good. It's good color, and so far no weird smoke or anything like that. So I'll let you know how it does after I take it for a ride. Okay, so I just got back from my ride. I took a ride over to Savannah Harley. Man, it is hot today. It's 95 outside, and bright and sunny, so it's hot. The pipes did fine. I don't see any bubbling, melting, anything on the paint, although I am a little bit disappointed in my quality. So I may redo them, I'm not sure. I might pull these heat shields off and paint them to match, because they just don't match, and you know, I like that stuff to match. But my quality isn't the greatest. I'm not a painter, never claimed to be, so. But you know, I still like it to look good. I might take them off and sand them really good, get them nice and smooth, prime them up again and repaint them, because I think this paint is going to be fine now that I know it's not going to bubble. Like I said, it got pretty hot, so I would assume that by now I would see evidence of any bubbling or burning or anything like that, but so far so good. Hey, thanks again for stopping in, and definitely hit that like button, and if you wouldn't mind, subscribe for me. Help YouTube locate me a little bit better and help me get the content out to more people. I sure appreciate you coming by. Thank you, and have a great 4th of July. Talk to you next time.